You're watching The American Grift, where we navigate the murky waters left by the Biden regime's policies now during this golden age. I'm your host, just an everyday average American, awakened to the reality of media manipulation and suppressed truths. Here, we'll uncover the corruption and injustices that mainstream media simply just wants to avoid, while exploring how this new administration is working to repair the damage of the past 4 years. Thank you for joining me. Let's dive in and see what's going on. So today is January 28, 2025. Let's see what's going on at the White House. To begin with, First Lady Melania Trump has masterfully reintroduced an air of sophistication to the Oval Office. Yesterday, she unveiled her official White House portrait, and I must say, I am utterly captivated. This portrait exudes professionalism. She really does mean business. 4 years ago, when you look at this portrait, it was equally stunning, yet there was this innocence, almost naive quality to it. Now, through the latest image, she commands respect, conveying a powerful message of purpose and intent. It truly is admirable. Similarly, President Donald Trump's portrait sends a resonant message. It portrays a man poised to conquer, with a fierce determination etched into his face, contrasting with the 2016 portrait, which had the air of somewhat of a newcomer. The second-term depiction is the epitome of confidence, the chef's kiss of political imagery. It evokes this transformation, a transformation that if you watch the popular show Squid Game, from player 456's initial trepidation to his seasoned return, President Trump is indeed setting a formidable tone for America. As we get this channel off the ground, a quick roundup of the last 7 days and the things that have gotten accomplished. From the very first day, President Donald Trump declared a national emergency at our southern border, evoking memories of his first term's fervor for security. Troops now stand guard, echoing the past, with a mission to seal our borders tighter than ever before. And in a move that's both dramatic and controversial, he's pardoned over 1,000 souls from the January 6th event, a decision that will be debated for years to come. In the realm of energy, Trump has turned back the clock, withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement and declaring an energy emergency. It's as if we're back in the 80s with oil rigs and coal mines and the heart of our policy, a stark contrast to the green future many envisioned. Economically, he's swinging the pendulum back to traditional values, dismantling diversity programs in favor of what he sees as a more straightforward, less woke government. And for federal workers, the days of remote work are over, pulling us back to a time when office cubicles were the norm. On law and order, Trump has reinstated the federal death penalty, reminiscent of harsher times, targeting those who commit the gravest of crimes against our protectors or our laws. Foreign policy sees a deja vu moment as he resurrects the Remain in Mexico policy, signaling a return to stringent immigration controls. And with mass deportations on the horizon, the nation braces for scenes we have witnessed before. But there's intrigue as well. Trump has ordered the declassification of files on the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and MLK, opening Pandora's box to the mysteries of our past, inviting us to question what we've long accepted as history. And on trade, he's reigniting old battles, scrutinizing trade deficits with an eye towards tariffs, bringing us back to the days when trade wars were on the front page. So here we are, in a time that feels both familiar and unsettling, with Donald Trump steering us through the storms of nostalgia and drama. Every day since the inauguration, it has felt like Christmas, with the best gift of him restoring free speech in America. In Trump's inaugural address, he promised to end what he described as years of government censorship, declaring with the fervor of old, free expression will no longer be limited. This harkens back to his first term's contentious relationship with the media and social platforms, where he often positioned himself as the defender of free speech against what he saw as the censorship cartel. He signed executive orders that aim to dismantle what he perceives as federal overreach into free speech. One such order prohibits any federal agency from colluding to censor or impede lawful speech, echoing the days when he railed against what he called the silencing of conservative voices. Another strikingly bans federal money from being used to label domestic speech as misinformation or disinformation, a throwback to his battles with fact checkers and social media moderation. In my opinion, looking back, the way that the mainstream media as well as the social media platforms treated Donald Trump and his supporters was absolutely shameful. Anybody that dared to breathe the president's name, if you were on social media, either were affected negatively. If you were a creator, you got demonetized. I think that was a very dark period for America. We should not be afraid to say our president's name. To me, I found the whole behavior of what these liberals were doing was disgusting. And to a certain extent, this behavior is still going on, with YouTube being one of the remaining that's still doing it. Even though YouTube has recently come out to say that they are a bastion of free speech, we all know that that's a lie. The bright side of this is that in due time, Google is going to be held accountable, especially when they begin their investigation around the censorship practices. But moving on, what we have to look forward to this week are the confirmation hearings for KASH Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I know I'm going to have lots to say about that, with KASH Patel being the one that I'm the most interested in. Let's talk about what we can expect from that hearing that's supposed to happen on Thursday, January 30th. Let's talk about KASH for a quick second to understand why this is a very important hearing. KASH Patel, born February 25th, 1980, to Indian immigrant parents in Garden City, New York, isn't just your average nominee. He's a former federal prosecutor at the U.S. Department of Justice. Patel has donned many hats, from Chief of Staff to the acting U.S. Secretary of Defense, Christopher C. Miller, to Senior Advisor to the Acting Director of National Intelligence, Richard Grenell. Now imagine an FBI where the cloak of secrecy is lifted, revealing truths hidden in the shadows of history. Patel, with his sharp legal mind, plans to introduce a transparency office within the FBI, opening up files on potentially 9/11 as well as Epstein. This isn't just about transparency. It's about establishing trust again with our government. We should all expect to hear KASH's blueprint for envisioning a decentralized FBI, where he wants to see a more community-oriented FBI with agents potentially moving out of the central hub in Washington, D.C. The premise behind that is the shift could bring the FBI closer to the communities it serves, enhancing local engagement and effectiveness, especially with law enforcement. One of the core pillars of Patel's mission is to simply return the FBI back to basics. The fundamental duty of the FBI is to protect the American citizens. His words echo this intent by saying, "We will restore integrity, accountability, and equal justice for our justice system and return the FBI to its rightful mission, protecting the American people." This pledge isn't just rhetoric. It's a promise to realign the FBI with its founding principles, ensuring that justice is not just served, but it's seen to be served equitably. The confirmation of KASH Patel could mark the beginning of a fresh new chapter for the FBI, one where radical transparency, operational decentralization, and a fierce battle against corruption are at the forefront. The confirmation of KASH Patel could mark the beginning of a new, fresh chapter for the FBI. One where radical transparency, operational decentralization, and a fierce battle against corruption are at the forefront. Sounds like everything the American taxpayer deserves. So why are people on Capitol Hill pushing back against KASH Patel? California's dodgy and shady Senator Adam Schiff has been very vocal speaking out against KASH Patel's nomination, suggesting that KASH Patel is untrustworthy and dishonest, and that his loyalty to Trump will overshadow and hinder his ability to do his job and serve with impartiality. Has Adam looked in the mirror recently? Or is Adam just simply afraid of what's going to come out? What's he hiding? In fact, what are these other politicians hiding? If you all don't know the history of KASH Patel, he was a whistleblower coming forward, and the U.S. government had retaliated on him. So, people are afraid right now, like Senator Chris Murphy, who echoes the same sentiment as Adam Schiff, painting Patel as Trump's most dangerous nominee, worried that the FBI could morph into a political weapon aimed at Democrats. Murphy's concern stems from Patel's past involvement in high-profile political controversies, fearing a repeat performance on a grander stage. And then there's Senator Tricky Dick Durbin, who outright called Patel the wrong choice, questioning his experience, temperament, and judgment. Could Durbin's skepticism have anything to do with this meeting he held with Bill Gates not too long ago? Speculating on this pushback, one might wonder if it's not just about Patel, but about the fear of what this confirmation could bring and what Pandora's box it will open. A shift in the FBI's operational ethos, potentially leading to an era where politicians are exposed on things that they never thought would see the light of day, is probably making them extremely nervous and scared. And this is why we see all this pushback with certain individuals who have been caught in controversy before. And I believe what is going to rock DC has something to do with kids. That's a different topic for a different day on a different platform, because we all know that YouTube protects these sick individuals. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, as I will be dropping more videos. In my next video, we'll be talking about Tulsi Gabbard and the pushback that she's facing to become the next director of national intelligence. You don't want to miss it. So, my dear listeners, what do you think? As we await the outcomes of these confirmation hearings, let's hold on to this vision of change and positivity. Until next time, keep believing in a brighter tomorrow. And I'll be back soon. Bye.
It is someone standing up and saying, drill, baby, drill. Yeah. Come on.